Yeah, all right. Welcome, everybody. We up in the hills up here in by Nevermore. We got ourselves a hound dog. Y'all see the hound dog there? Big old tongue hanging out. He's laying on the ground showing his belly, saying, "Come on, pet my belly," as he was bounding around the house going, "Bow, bow, bow." As they said earlier, they kind of outed him. Y'all see the doggy there?
Yep.
He's there.
Yep.
He's out.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's a killer.
Yep, that's a killer. That's a killer. Well, welcome everybody to the seventh session of the Red Storm Rising campaign adventure titled The Foulest of Spirits, which is Chapter 2 of the Red Star Rising series that's designed by Gooey Cube and is presented by all of us, the Greater Mole Master Beholder Corps, where we always hope your minds will be opened by wonder. Tonight, for the time we've always had, we have the same playing, which is so exciting. Such good players here. We have Zane as THEROS, Mark as Fleegan.
I too.
Yes, you have two eyes. Lee as our feminine variety, the mighty Trey.
Hey!
I was waiting on that. And last but not least, the stout THEROS, the obligatory healer.
Quimber.
Kimber. Yeah.
Oh, Kimber.
Yep.
Yeah, red for your life.
He keeps everybody alive, definitely. You guys have done well. Well, I am Casey. I'm better known as the emissary of the Great Mother, and I ask you my aberrations. Shall we begin?
Aye.
Woohoo!
Eyes have it, friends. So, the closer we get to the farm, the more we smell a skunk. Or was that just the entrails of the possum? I don't know. And them darn skeeters are wicked out here. But the craziest is that, well, this dog... no matter. Let's just get to the shining. Here's THEROS. I need a Gooey reward for that one. No, I don't. That was awful. I know.
Here's THEROS.
Sound like Smedley there for a sec.
That's awesome. I wish you guys could see the cameras, but for sake of bandwidth and a desire for us to not impede your ability to see the game, we won't stream, but we're seeing each other on their cameras, which is pretty cool.
Besides, I have a face for radio, so.
No, you don't. You look great. You look great, my friend. So, let us have a little bit of a story. This is one of my most favorite parts of the Weirded World, which is the world of Xayathe, of which is the setting that we play this game in. And this is from the Cyclopedia Chapter 1, and the section is titled The Chronicles of the Ventium Alanax, which is essentially the creation story. So I'm going to read you the first little bit of the creation, the great dream of the dreamer Avova. So tonight we read, "In the beginning of all, before anything existed, there was only Avova, the dreamer of the first dream. And Avova had always been, and he would always be. This was his lot. For eons he had slept alone in the nothingness. But when he awoke from his slumber, the dream remained. It lit his consciousness, colored his imagination, and gave vision to all that he would soon bring into being. 'Tis then that Avova spoke the way of all things, which is the law that makes all creation possible, and following that shaped the forces that would imbue every aspect of that which was to come. He named this energy the Xanthus, which is also called the Everflow, and he infused it along with the 4 elements into the emptiness of the void. And thus began the Great Making. Raw, unbridled power of unimaginable magnitude tore through the nothingness, thundering and shaking and careening into the void space as no thing had done before, nor would ever do again. And it was the cataclysm of creation, and all that came to be was born of this. But not everything was as the dreamer intended. Unbeknownst to Avova, as the Great Making began, 4 tiny sparks of foulness were formed on the fringe of the void. And these immeasurably small blotches of dark energy went unnoticed by the Maker and slowly slipped off into the far reaches of the nothingness that was so violently becoming somethingness. Avova then spoke the first word of crafting, and the Eterniverse was made, and this created the 72 planes of existence, which are called the deific planes, and the associated demiplanes, which are called the demific planes, and the prime plane, which is called the unific plane. And this is where all things material were established according to his word. And he also crafted the ethereal, the zysential, and the astral planes, which gave the means to travel the Eterniverse to those who were soon to dwell in there. And lastly, he created the 4 elemental planes, which are called the elfic planes, as all things were made from the elements. And once the planes were complete, Avova then created all the sun systems in the unific plane and composed the life song to bring forth life on Xayathe, which is a beautiful blue world that danced in the void space of the Solion system. And the Maker then tapped the flow of the Xanthus, and using its immeasurable power therein, made each of the gods. And these were brought forth to manage and oversee the things Avova had created. And he imbued within them the various aspects of their rulership as to their bent. And each god had their place in the Eterniverse and their purpose in the way of all things, which was primarily to keep in balance the substantial power that Avova had spoken into existence. There were 24 gods with goodness as their life view, and there were 24 gods with neutrality as their life view, and there were 24 gods with evil as their life view. And 8 of each life view were then further delineated into the lawful, chaotic, or neutral alignment spheres as the balance required. And Avova then worked with each god or goddess to craft the things that they would oversee. First, the structure and the populations of the planes from which they would rule in their majestic places and cathedrals, and their wondrous lands and those who would serve them in those places. And he showed them the Eterniverse, and shared his plan for the future of the creation. And then lastly, he revealed to them the planet Xayathe, which he named the World of the Life Song, or also the Life World. And the Maker then gave each god, according to their purpose, dominion over certain aspects of the Eterniverse, the systems, the planets that were in motion, swirling in the heavens, and he gave them their duties in managing the world of Xayathe, and from the lands and waters to the animals and creatures to the thoughts, concepts, and processes, such that each god had their rightful place in the Great Making. And it was Avova himself who created the human race to give his charges a plan to follow in the creation of their own peoples. And in following their creator's lead, thus were the other great races created. Each was wondrous in their design and made favorable according to their station, and from the high mountains to the rolling seas, and from the scorched deserts the enormous verdant forests, from the icy windswept plains of the poles to the stillness of the caverns beneath the world's skin, all of the gods' children were given stewardship of the places over which their patrons kept watch. And thus Xayathe was shaped. her ecology breathed into life, and her people born, and her entire being filled with the everflow which pulsed at the heartbeat in all that had been crafted by Avoba under the order established in the way of all things. And Avoba saw that it was right. And so the Maker paused to rest and slumber after the taxing toil of the creation. And millennia passed. Meanwhile, in the farthest reaches of the void space, the 4 sparks of dark energy began to take shape and to gain consciousness. The foul defilement of their very existence, an anathema to the creation that had formed around them. And when their forming was slow, and while their forming was slow at first, through the millennia that came afterward, these corrupted beings coalesced and took shape, and the essence of their existence warped and twisted reality around them as their baleful power grew. And though their formation was a blight upon all things, in his slumber Avoba knew not of their ascent. For these were creations that were not of his intent. And though it would take thousands of years, these depraved and perverse creatures would eventually become the 4 lords of corruption. Anacria, the havoc dealer, lord of chaos. Null, the nothing lord, lord of the void. Foenduz, the annihilation lord of ruin. And Za, the twisted one, lord of the warp. And as their power expanded, these most vile beings watched the burgeoning cosmos with malevolent and hungry eyes, and over the millennia that would follow, they would cautiously grow their influence, slowly enhancing their powers through the degradation and corruption of only the most distant parts of the making. And in time they discovered the Zionthus, and once their power was sufficient, carefully penetrated deep within it. And there they established a dark and malicious flow that they then masked such that none would see save the Creator. But not while he slept. The 4 then used this disgusting channel to silently steal power directly from the sleeping Creator. And this happened slowly, over thousands of years. But it gave them strength far above the gods of Avova's creation. And as their strength grew, the 4 began to extend their minds further into the burgeoning cosmos around them, and looking for anything that would satisfy their insatiable desires for the debasement of all things. And 'twas then they saw the life world. No part of the entire creation was as this wondrous planet in the Solion system. The abundance of living things that flourished thereupon, the strength of the everflow that pulsed within every life and stone, and, most wondrous of all, the God-breathed beings that walked upon it. It was a thing the 4 had never seen, nor even imagined. And in their own horrific way, they were enraptured. The grotesque depravity and horrific lusts that festered deep within their hearts were inflamed to levels bordering on insanity, and there was now nothing they desired more than to bring their foulness to Zyathe, and to corrupt the life world to its very core, and to drink deeply of the power they would gain by doing so. But now was not the time. That, my friends, is just a portion of Ventanium Alduax. And another time I may read you a little bit more, as I'm sure you would like to know how the story continues. But that is a tale yet in the telling, my friends. So, we'll move on from the Four Lords of Corruption, and I'll say, who would like to give us just a short summary of what happened in our last session? Anyone?
I can do that.
Okay.
So in our last session, after having taken care of some of the shiners that were going to kill an innkeeper, we managed to find the map and the starting point for the trail that led to what they called the Butcher's Farm, which we know is associated with the shiners in some way. Following that path, we ran into a statue of a giant pig, which we promptly ran also into a group of shiners dressed as town's guardsmen and dispatched them. We then ran into a possum that was inside of a scarecrow, or maybe that was before the statue, I don't remember. But the statue, the possum, a giant possum that tried to kill THEROS. After that, we ran into a kid who was fishing from a tree and promptly ran inside the tree and disappeared. But just over the hill, we found the farm. And as we approached the farm and left the area of the creek where the kid was fishing, we were attacked by giant mosquito-like creatures, which we promptly dispatched without too much injury or harm to ourselves. And now we have snuck up upon the farm and have run into Killer, the absolutely terrifying hound that is currently wiggling on its back in front of Quimber, begging for tummy rubs.
Forgot one of the key things. The young lovers by the tree, they're wondering how adults can drink such nasty alcohol, but if they can drink it, so can we. Until we arrived and scared them off.
Forgot about them. Yeah.
They were a little tipsy and enjoying themselves a little too much, but they beat feet for the forest, so you guys let them go.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. And yes, at your feet, Killer is eagerly awaiting a nice little belly rub. But before we do that, we have to find out if anybody else gets a belly rub. Give me a D20 roll, please.
Ooh, that was a good segue. I think that's worth at least a gooey reward for the DM.
Do I get to use gooey rewards against you guys?
No.
Ooh, no.
No.
No, that's not allowed. No.
There you go, Fleegan.
Score.
You can use them for us.
Give me a D20 roll.
Come on, Grower.
Go, Grower. I know that die is very big and very heavy, but I know you can roll it.
Oh, so close. Fleegan, give me another D20 roll, please.
A D20 or just roll on the...
Another D20. Ooh!
Oofda.
Let me check something here.
Exact
That's
opposites on the die.
Gooey fumble, sir.
That is
Gooey
the way Fleegan rolls.
One side or the other, is it? Somehow usually works that way, doesn't it? So... yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay, Fleegan has 1, 2, 3, 4 gooey rewards already. I'm not sure 19 is going to do it for you there, my friend.
Curses.
Why aren't you using your gooey rewards? That's why we're having so many problems. You're stuck to things. All your
because
knives are
there's
stuck to
things
your
like,
hands.
advantage on initiative. I have like a +6 on initiative.
So what? Burn it. Get it out of the
point.
queue so you can roll again.
Oh, they're different ones. They're not just that. He can look and see. So to set the setting again, you guys have come over the hill to the farmhouse. You set up an interesting plan of how to infiltrate the house. So you quietly separate as you split the party. Not wise, but it's what you do. And some of you head over behind a tree. Some of you head over by another tree behind the outhouse. And the other two head over towards the outhouse as Killer sounds the alarm, come running up to you and lays on the ground and asks for a belly rub. So you're quite aware at this point that it's entirely possible that everybody in the general area knows that you're there. So, with the aura that Kimber's throwing, is that a pass without a trace? Pass without a trace. We'll see how that plays out down the road, but we'll go from there. What do you do? What are you guys going to do at this point?
I look at the dog, I say, yes, yes, good doggy. I rub its belly.
He sticks his tongue out, kicks his back legs. He's just absolutely loving it. And you actually see a little bit of pee come out as he's overly excited by the fact that you're obliging his belly rub.
I already got peed on by a raccoon and possum.
Dire possum.
Dire possum pee. Really?
Also, you guys get a whiff of a nasty odor coming from the small little building standing there next to you, which is, you already know, it's definitely an outhouse.
Is it a fresh scent, like someone's actually in there?
That's what it looks like. Oh, you know what? I need to show it to you. There you go. That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
No door.
Not
That's
even
great.
a door.
And a book used for wiping.
Yeah, there's a hook, which looks like it's probably some sort of meat hook that they might use to, go and grab a hog or something like that after it's been slaughtered, and it's kind of sticking there on the side of the outhouse. And then there's a book that's skewered on the hook that they've been ripping pages off to, well, you know what they do with that.
Uh-oh.
It's a spell book.
The smell of the outhouse is disgusting. It assails your nostrils with its uniquely terrible stench long before you actually reach it. You notice that the rickety shack has no door, affording a view of the hog yard from inside if they're sitting inside, and affording you a view of the stained floor, the stained walls, and the stained bench. And you can hear drones of flies as they buzz around the rough, splintering hole in the crust-covered seat.
Ugh.
And you can barely make out a roughly scrawled image on the back wall above the seat. Looks to be a carving of a ceramic jug with a smiling, pig-faced creature, with bundles of grain crossed behind it. So, yeah. So what are you guys doing? I'll go over to Fleegan and Kenna over there. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm watching the house with bow drawn because with the dog running up, I was going to shoot the dog, but it threw itself down and started wagging its tail. So I'm going to let it go. But I'm keeping an eye on the house. If anything moves and comes out of there, I'm letting loose.
Okay, and what are you keeping an eye on specifically on the house? Just kind of scanning the front end, or?
Yep, the whole front area along here, and kind of all along this side where the pig pen is.
Okay.
And
All right.
Fleegan will protect Kenna in case Killer has a brother named Crusher.
Just to kind of remind you, orange light glows in the small mismatched windows that look out over the dell and escapes around the poorly fitted door, so the door is shut to the house. A single lantern sways in the night breeze, casting shadows that dance in the yard, and you see smoke puffing from the crooked chimney, as well as from another pillar that rises from a second structure that is largely hidden by sight from the main building near the back. And then you have a stinking pig yard stretching around the east side of the farm, circling with a haphazardly erected fence, handful of emaciated hogs, undoubtedly the source of the potent stench. Although the outhouse is pretty bad too. And the hogs, they're grunting and they're digging through the filth that's in there. And you don't see anyone else other than the dog. Though you do have a feeling that you're being watched from the windows of the house and perhaps from the depths of the woods around you. It just seems to be a difficult intuition to shake.
There are windows on the west side, that smaller building side. I assume that's a porch.
There's a window right here, but you kind of notice from there that you can't really see in the window. It's as if the window may be fogged or something like that. And then as you look this direction over here, you see what looks to be kind of a ramp going up into a gated open area that makes it look like it's probably some sort of stables or something like that from the look of the gated door that goes inside.
That's the side that Gror is covering with his knocked arrows.
Okay.
Arrow.
I will fish out a little piece of meat or something that I might have in my pack and give it to Killer.
Okay. Yeah. Killer jumps up and flips over almost faster than you think that he could, and he reaches up to kind of get his paws up and sits there in kind of a begging manner with that big long purple tongue hanging out. But he doesn't take it out of your hand. He's asking for it. He's not sure if he should take it.
I'll toss it to his mouth.
You toss it to him. He jumps up in the air and snatches it out of the air and hits the ground and swallows it in one gulp and goes and then flops back on the ground and rolls over on his back, kicking his hind legs.
Hey, Quimber, take a look at that book. It might be of value.
I
What's
look
left
at
of
the
it in
book and I kind of have my mouth open as I move up to the book in a bit of horror, wondering or hoping it's not something they took from the Hanatas. And then I rush up and I look at it, and look at the cover and see if I recognize it or not.
Okay. Yeah, even just taking that one step closer to the outhouse, it's just nasty. I mean, it just reeks of urine and excrement in the book.
I'll suffer vomiting just to get in there and see it.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Well, hey,
Wow.
I didn't mean I really wanted to vomit. I just...
Okay. You're able to cover your mouth in such a way to where you can hold back the stomach churning stench as you step over to take a closer look at the book. And the book is covered in feces.
Oh no.
And so you can't really make out what it is. Other than you get the feeling that maybe if you were able to clean it, you might be able to get a better understanding of what the book was all about, even though it's fairly well torn.
I'm looking at a spell right now.
All right. Yeah, Gror, the wind shifts a little bit, and you become downwind of the outhouse, and you catch a big huff of the stench as it kind of blows into your nostrils, making you a little lightheaded.
Boy, quit.
Fleegan, you doing anything at this point?
Is there a lot of shadows between me and the house right now?
There's a There's a substantial amount. I mean, it's fairly open, but the sun has set, and so you have the lantern that's swinging off the porch, and the breeze is kind of kicked up a little bit, and so what light there is kind of making shadows kind of drift here and there.
All right, I'm gonna try to sneak up towards the building a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, please. I'm going to have you do this. I'm going to have you... Okay, yeah, go to there and make a stealth check. Okay. Alright. You keep going there. Go wherever you want to go, 25 feet. Make another stealth check.
I'm covering him in case somebody tries to attack.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, I knew that was coming.
I'm going to burn one of those gooey rewards since everybody's giving me crap about it. That avoids a fumble.
What
Yeah.
a good idea.
You're less gelatinous now.
That's useful.
So, Fleegan steps out and he's sneaking across the lawn. And he gets about halfway and he stops. And he looks to the left, looks to the right. Ken is watching him go, and she's getting this feeling right in just the back of her neck that something isn't going to go well with this. And you about say something, and he lifts his hand up in the air and just kind of stopping because he knew you were about to say something. And then he quietly, ever so quietly, drifts himself over to the front corner of the house.
And now if I could get 5 more of those gooey rewards
Yeah,
for
no
avoiding
doubt.
a fumble.
Hey,
Those would be really handy for the rest of us.
Game Master.
Yes, sir.
Quimber realizes as he's going to investigate this book and he's ready to Ralph, he steps back out and remembers, wait a minute, this dog howled, people could be coming out at any second. He gets back into position outside and he's thinking real quick. He's like, what can I do? What can I do? And I want to start casting my 0 level thaumaturgy and create some lights off in the distance. So if anybody comes out the door, they'll be looking past us, hopefully, off towards where those insects were. And it says if I can cast as many as 3 of them. They last 1 minute each, so they don't last very long. I may want to keep doing it just in case anybody comes out the door. Basically make some light off in the distance, maybe give it movement so it moves around,
Okay.
and a slight noise of maybe maybe the insect noise that we heard, just to keep the tension that way.
Does Pass Without a Trace require concentration?
Oh,
I believe so.
Does thaumaturgy require
It
concentration?
would, and I don't want to crash them both. Ugh. Can I have 2 brains?
Can I have 2 brains?
Okay, Pass Without Trace is...
I would concur with you on that one.
Alright, so this idea has been squashed.
Okay. All right. So, Gror, you're keeping a very close eye on the stables over there, and you don't see anything. You don't notice anything that would set the alarm off. And so now it's been, it's probably been a good minute-ish since you guys kind of set up and, petted Killer and kind of looked around, and Fleegan kind of snuck up to the house. Fleegan, also you notice as you get closer to that window that it seems as if the window is frosted, not fogged. So it's obscured, opaque there. So,
Really, really cheap glass.
Kimber, give me an insight check, please. Kenna, give me an insight check, please. Okay. Yeah. Both Kember and Kenna, you both kind of, as Kember, as you're kind of sitting there thinking about, is there something that we can do to protect ourselves? And you're realizing that, you know, the dog sounded the alarm, so somebody could jump out at any moment and stuff. But if somebody was going to jump out, you kind of almost feel like they would have by now. So both of you start to get the feeling, well, they haven't jumped out. Is it possible that if the dog's running around outside, then maybe they're not home?
I'm going to sneak up by where Fleegan's at.
Okay, go ahead and give me a 2 stealth checks. Okay. All right, you can go up and stand right. You can probably stand pretty much any. Oh, I help if I change my. Yeah, you can be pretty much in that area.
Okay.
You can move a little farther than he can.
Yeah, I'll just move up right behind him and you know, look at the glass and realize it's frosted. Does it look like it's frosted, or does it look like somebody soaped it over? Or
Looks like it's frosted.
Frosted. Okay.
Yep. And okay. Just 1 second here. Okay. From out of the darkness on the other side of the house behind you, Kenna.
Over here.
And you know that it came from behind you, so from over here. No, there. From back over behind you, and you know it came from that direction because you don't notice it until it goes whizzing past your head. A dart goes flying through the air this direction, and clatters on the ground as it stumbles across the ground over here.
Okay. I have dark vision, so I will press myself against the corner of the house and peek around to see if I can see who
Give me
threw
a
it.
perception check, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. You don't notice anything that would have thrown the dart, but the hogs there notice you as you move towards the pen, and they start squealing and screeching at. I mean, not super loud, but you know, kind of loud enough,
Okay, I'll indicate.
causing a commotion.
I'll tell Fleegan someone just threw a dart in our direction.
Okay, Fleegan, what do you do?
Oh, that's not good. Maybe we should go get him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he's at. He's back, and I point towards the back of the side of the house over here. I'm not sure where he's at, but he's in that direction.
You notice there's a hay bale back here, and then there's a wagon back here behind that, and then there's a shelter for the hogs, kind of like a dog house, maybe dog house, and the hogs are kind of bouncing around in the muck in this area, and the muck is pretty disgusting smelling.
Yeah.
And Fliggin, give me a perception check, please. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
He's
then.
doing the typical other ends of the spectrum all night long, are we not? All right, so after Kenna tells you that somebody just threw a dart at you, you immediately go quiet and you perk up to listen as what's going on out there, and you hear the sound of what sounds like a young boy's voice go. and because you rolled a 20, you recognize that sound as the kid that was sitting up in the tree fishing up the path there. But you don't see anybody. But you feel like the sound is coming from over behind the house.
Kenna, it's our brat again. The one that was fishing.
Dang it. I'm going to look over to Quimber and Theros and give them a hand signal to go around the house. Trying to, point around the house to try to get them to go around the other direction.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go over to Gror. What are you doing right now as you see this going on?
I'm not sure how much I can see of that because I can't really probably see the pen very well.
You're
But
scanning
I'll start.
more of this area, but you kind of,
Fine.
you heard. What did you hear? You heard some things.
This is behind me. I'm sorry, right by me.
Billy.
Some brambles. Billy's standing right,
I thought it was
right
Billy.
next to you there, and there's
There's enough backup. I'll start drifting this way to get a peek inside that rampway, and still watching that corner.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
I think it's Acorn.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, you're you notice that your intuition was right, and it's definitely a stables in there, but it's dark. You can't really see past the entryway because it's dark in the stables, and
Dark vision.
I can't remember if you do or not. You'd have to look on your sheet.
Dwarves
pretty
do,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been there every time, at least.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's kind of just because of the difference of the light. Your dark vision isn't working real well because you're outside where there's a little bit of light, ambient light, and then it's dark inside the shed, so you just can't really see much farther into the stables there. But if you were to go in there, you'd be able to see. Okay. All right, Kimber, Theros, what are you doing at this point? The dog is just kind of flopped back over, and he kind of just lays down at the ground at your feet, puts his head down on the ground, and just kind of panting contentedly.
well, I'm going to move up towards the door over here, kind of where the door at the stable is, keeping it up against the side of the door, the wall, ducking under any windows.
Okay.
We'll stick
All
with
right.
him.
There's not really any windows in this side. It's kind of a stables, and it opens up into kind of a stable-ish area. There's kind of some open slats along the edge here. And are you looking inside? Is that what you're doing? Or?
Yeah, I'll peek my head around, look inside.
Do you have dark vision?
I do. Because I'm a half-orc, quarter ogre.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember. All right. You can see these stables haven't been used for stables in quite some time. There's a musty odor of rat droppings and rotting hay in the stables there. Seems to sort of a second pantry almost. There are several barrels of ubiquitous moonshine are sitting up against the back wall, and several half-empty bags of grain lie torn open on the floor. And beside a stack of 5 large wheels of cheese, numerous large pairs of beady eyes gleam at you for a moment before they return to their feast, chewing on some of the grain and some of the cheese.
Had to be rats. Why did it have to be rats?
And they're pretty big too.
Well, I think we're just going to burn them with the rest of it.
back over to Kenna and Fleegan. What are you guys doing?
Shall we chase after that brat or
Well, we need
go in the
to.
house?
Let's take care of that little shit first, then we'll go in the house. I'm gonna move over to here the whole time, moving along, keeping an eye on this corner of the house where Fleegan indicated he heard the noise from. And if he pops out, I'm shooting.
Okay. Okay, so as you draw near to the hog yard there, the stench becomes truly nauseating. Every scrap of vegetation seems to have been uprooted, and the enclosure is full of stagnant puddles, churned mud, and heaping piles of dung. The hogs are thin and wild-looking, and using broken tusks, they tear at the ground and rub mud and manure over their sore-covered skin. Though you see no gate to enter the pigsty, the fence stands only a couple of feet tall and already has a section knocked down from the hog. From the hogs milling about. It looks like there was a section at once knocked down from the hogs milling about, but it's kind of haphazardly put back together.
I would like to sneak along the house here in the shadows as far as I can with 25 feet.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Okay. Very quietly, just kind of sneak your way along the backside of the house.
You know, with my daggers out, ready to throw him at the brat because I'm tired of him.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I will go back over to Gror. What are you doing?
I mean, people have moved up on the door now, but guess we'll go back here farther. Get a peek around that corner. Still covering the door or watching it, but I want to get that view if possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and give me a perception check. I'm going to go ahead and let you get, since we're not quite in initiative at this point, I'm going to let you get just a little bit farther enough to be able to kind of look and see that there's a back door to the house right over here. And you notice that there's a shed here, and there's a smokestack with some steam coming out of the top of the stack there. This is a shed here, and there's a large shed door with a massive padlock. It's a large steel-bound door with a massive solid padlock on the outside of it, right there. And your perception.
It smell like burning wood from the chimney, or does it smell like something else?
You actually don't get a whiff of it, not from where you're standing. The stench of the outhouse is kind of abated since you're far enough away from it at this point. But now you kind of smell, just earth and dirt, and maybe a little bit of lingering smell of the hog yard around the farmhouse itself.
The lock is fixed, you said, or looks closed.
The lock is very strong bound. Yeah, it looks like it's in very good shape.
What about the door on the backside? Does it look closed? And
the door to the house? Yeah, that's closed. Definitely. You can just notice that there's a door there that's closed.
Try to flash some hand signals to THEROS with my arrow hand, so I'll undraw the bow and try to point over there and let him know that there's a door.
You guys have spent enough of your life together to where you have a pretty good ability to communicate to each other in that way. So THEROS, you get an understanding that he says there's a some sort of entryway on the back side of the house. So I'll come back over to Theros and Kimber. What are you going to do?
Just keep following the perimeter of the house all the way back to that door.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead and get back on over to the door. So if the two of you want to go to the back door of the house, you can, or, close to it. At that point, you're welcome to. Okay, Kimber, what are you doing as you get there?
I'm keeping up with Theros, kind of looking at the back side of the house, looking, if I need to make any kind of distraction, how I can open certain windows and slam them to keep people's attention inside, looking for any movement. Now I'm starting to think possibly that there could be people further past the house, so I do glance out behind us, try to see any movement or anything.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please. You don't really see any movement of any people as you guys are passing the shed out back behind the farmhouse. You notice that it's a pretty well-made shed that's made of stone that's worn. And go ahead and show you a picture of it.
Unlike the house, which looks ramshackle.
Yeah, there's the shed there.
Is the padlock locked as we go by?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and give you the description of the shed. The shed actually appears pretty old. You can only guess at its original purpose. The corners have been lazily patched with newer brick and thick timbers, but nevertheless it looks to be solid. A short, stout wooden door crisscrossed with rusty iron bands appears to be on the only entrance, and that's secured with a large iron padlock. Though the smokestack has collapsed off the roof, a chimney at the back still puffs smoke into the chilly evening air. Nearby, a large stump sits with a dull, rusty axe embedded in it, and the pile of split logs suggests it is used to chop firewood, though the very dark stains that cover the area hint that is also likely where they slaughter the hogs, and maybe perhaps other things.
Geez, if you only had a rogue who could unlock the padlock.
We'll get there.
So that takes me back over to Kenna and Fleegan. Kenna, what are you doing?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move to here, around the fence, not going through it, because I don't want to draw the ire of the hogs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to keep an eye with my dark vision over in this area to this area and see if I see anyone. If I do, I'm loosing an arrow.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
Or not,
Ouch.
Okay, as you head around the pig pen, 3 of the hogs actually, come on.
Darn it.
3 of the hogs charge towards you as you kind of get to this area here, and I'm going to have you kind of be right here. As you get into this area, there was a lot of spillage through the fence right there, and so you didn't realize it as you were really looking to see if you could see anybody or anything out here and paying more attention to that than where you were stepping. You stepped down into some really nasty muck where you sunk down to about mid-calf, and it just kind of goes slope, as your foot gets stuck down in it and you stumble a little bit. And the hogs actually, with bloodthirstiness in their eyes, come charging towards you and smash into the fence and snap at you. They don't break the fence. They don't break through the fence. But each one of them are going to get a snap at you with disadvantage here.
All right.
So, just a second. Miss. Okay. Yeah, disadvantage, miss. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're able to kind of get out of the way because the fence is in the way between you and them, but they're kind of snarling and snapping with these really nasty looks, and you notice that they're somewhat emaciated, as if they're realizing there's food there, and they're ravenous at this point.
Great.
And
Kenna, what are you doing
your
over
foot
there?
is pretty well stuck in the muck.
Okay.
So, Fleegan, you see this happen. What are you doing?
So they're not quite through the fence yet?
They're not through the fence, but their snouts are through the fence, and they're snapping at Kenna, and she's able to kind of keep away from them because they can't get through the fence right now. But they're kind of pushing up against it, snapping at it. It's creaking and cracking. You think it probably will break you pretty quick because it's not really in very good shape.
Well, I was thinking I would probably pull Kenna away, but I don't think the fence is going to hold. So I'm going to close and stab the one next to Kenna here.
Okay.
And maybe they'll eat the one I kill.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Okay. That's going to hit.
Max
Add your
damage,
D6.
baby.
Gonna do
Add your
damage,
D6.
and you're going to sneak attack. Because why not?
Max damage and minimum damage.
Okay.
Hey,
All
nine,
right.
9 points
So you
is nothing to sneeze at.
So you stab the hog, and you stab it in a pretty vulnerable spot, and hog blood kind of comes pouring out, but it doesn't die at your feet. It just kind of it gets mad and it kind of lunges towards the fence a little bit.
Can I do offhand then?
Yes, you can. That's gonna hit.
Nice.
For one!
Okay, so it actually scared you a little bit when that happened. You bring around your offhand and you try and finish it off, and all you do is give it a little scratch, and so it's right there. So you guys go ahead and give me initiative. The Kenna and Fleegan here. The rest of you don't really know this is going on.
I can't get any better than that. Another nat 20 for initiative.
Are you bipolar by chance? Just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
All right,
Yes,
Fleegan.
one ear wiggles and the other one waggles.
Fleegan, you get an attack. Or an action, I guess I should say, Fleegan.
Stabby, stabby, kill it! It's demon!
Okay. That's gonna hit. You kill that one.
Kill it dead.
And then put one here. Put the other one right on top of that one.
So you're saying it's too late to say save the hog?
Well, I think you guys are ready to have some haggis. Maybe? I don't know. Alright.
That's cheap.
You just stab the other one with
Or
your offhand.
sheep?
Yeah, sure.
Definitely not pigs, though.
They were all pressed up against the fence right there, so you'll have a. Oh goodness! Look
Ooh.
at that.
That's a crit.
Give me a roll on the
And
crit
that
table
one,
there.
too.
I tell you, now I got them both in the same one.
So we finally found that Fleegan actually should be a butcher.
That's right. I like my pork.
Give me a roll on the critical hit table there. I just want to see what happened.
Weapon crit.
So you stab it into the mud. You need to roll your sneak attack damage.
I've been
I rolled it for the other one.
That's his offhand.
Oh, that was your offhand, wasn't it? Yep. Okay.
I've been cow tipping, but I've never been hog tipping.
Well, you stab the thing through the head and drill it down into the muck as it comes down. So, there you go. All right, Kenny, you're up.
I'm gonna try to pull my foot loose and back away.
But that's going to take half of your movement to try and pull loose, and I need you to make I need you to make an athletics check, please. Nope. You try and pull your foot loose, and what you do is you stick your other foot down to try and brace yourself so that you can put your weight on it to pull your other foot loose, and that foot goes into the muck, and now both foot are stuck, and you are actually rooted to the ground.
Kenna, what are you doing?
So you are restrained for movement's sake.
Okay.
And yeah, depending on what happens thereafter, I'll tell you whether there's any other effect. Okay, but there is a hog right in front of you.
I'll just pull my short sword and stab it.
Okay. You
Or not.
miss
Or not, you know. I'm too off balance because both
because
my
because of off balance and distraction. Yeah,
I'm probably sitting on my butt with both of my feet buried to the shins.
We're about to lose our PETA certification anyway for this game, so...
Oh yeah, well, that's been gone for a while.
No, we got it back after we saved the goat and the pony.
Oh, good point.
All right.
OSHA, on the other hand, were completely in violation.
Yeah, no, they swore us off forever.
All right. The other two hogs on the in the middle of the yard come running and charging over to you at the fence, and they bust through the fence, and all three of them maul you, Kenna.
Oh boy.
Kenna, we're supposed to be sneaking here.
Well, you're yelling, so stop that.
I'm gonna take
That
you to the
one's gonna
mall.
hit.
Ooh,
Yeah, that
don't
one
want to
hit.
hit you.
7 slashing damage.
Ouch.
That one is an 18 hit.
No,
You
Mage armor.
because of mage armor, it does
Oh,
not
you
hit.
have mage armor up? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Beautiful thing.
You spelled
I
answers.
still got like another 2 or 3 hours of that before it runs out.
Alright. So 7 slashing damage from that pig, and yeah, they are all over you, so Fleegan, you just saw that. You guys hear a commotion of squealing and grunting coming from the other side of the house. Gror, what do you do?
I'm gonna move up by the door to the shed with Billy.
Okay.
Try to listen at the door quietly.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
You hear
if I-
hogs squealing.
Hopefully not from inside there, though, at least, you know. With my good ear. I'll plug the outside hog squealing ear.
This one's smart.
Perception check, please, Gror.
I had to scroll down to find it.
That's fine. I just wasn't sure if you hear me. Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So it's rolling high. It takes a while.
You hear it's got to calculate all the numbers, right? This is 1E. You got to calculate it. Well, I guess 2E. You had to calculate more with that go.
To hit armor class 0. Yay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you put your ear up to the door, and you are familiar enough with the forge, the blacksmith of the troop, and the sound of bellows, and you but you hear what sounds like the sound of bellows, but also with a strange gurgling sound of... Well, you would know what a still sounds like. Of course you would. You're Stu's son.
Exactly.
Duh.
I mean, I have that skill even too.
But it's a strange combination of bellows and a still. And those you don't usually hear together because there's nothing that your dad would use bellows for.
That I know of.
Well, that you know of, but you spend enough time with him. I mean, you guys live in the same wagon, so... So,
Of course, if he's distilling in the wagon, that's a problem.
Oh,
well,
what
I
happens
mean,
in the wagon stays in the wagon. So, you know, it's...
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man.
okay, Mom, Dad, twisted bone disease and all.
Okay, so I'm positive something brewing, essentially, or distilling, and
Sure
bellows-
sounds like something distilling in there, yeah.
Sturdy
Yeah, but-
does this door seem? Do I think that Billy can get in this door?
Give me a, you know what, give me your little construction roll thing that you have, whatever that is.
That is history. With his bonus for...
Is that right? History with the proficiency
History
bonus?
with your proficiency bonus.
Okay,
So history plus 2.
Adding 2.
So that's a 6. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to THEROS and Kimber.
You know,
here,
the
which-
door is not made out of rock or stone, and that's all I really know about Casey.
Yeah, the building
I
is
think
made
you
out of
set me-
rock or stone.
I think you set me up there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, Kimber and THEROS, you hear the squealing and the commotion going from the other side. What are you guys doing?
Well, so much for being quiet.
I'm alarmed. I think they may be the pigs freaking out like that. There may be some shiners over there or something attacking them.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so I'll take off and I'll sprint that direction.
Okay, you can make it right to the corner.
I'll kind of like yell over to Gror, so we're checking this out. And off.
I'm pretty sure that Fleegan is just molesting or harassing, at least, my livestock.
Fliggin, Hog Slayer!
THEROS, you get to the corner of the house, and you're able to see the commotion of what's going on with the pigs just as they crash through the fence and mob Kenna, and they're crawling all over her, biting and snapping at her. Kimber, you can somewhat peek around as you're getting close to be able to tell the same thing. So, Fleegan, THEROS, you can actually go ahead and roll initiative now. Fleegan, you're up.
I will move here and stab this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That one you
411.
stab right through the brain and you kill it instantly.
My hero.
That's Fliggin!
And they're kind of all occupying the same space, so if you wanted to take a shot at another, you can. And that's gonna hit.
That's
but you were-
Fliggin!
But you were... it is Fleegan. You were trying to not hit Kenna as it was crawling all over her and snapping at her, and you just kind of barely got a slash on it. So, Kenna, you got 2 hogs on you. And a dead one. You're stuck.
Well, I am going to,
Just thought
instead
of
of trying to pull myself free, I will go ahead and use my apprentice's ring and cast Burning Hands on on these 2 hogs.
Instant bacon.
Making bacon. So
Okay.
they need dex saves.
Dex. Yes. And yes.
Okay, so they
They
take
were right up. They were right up on you, and as you kind of pushed your hands out and you let go of your fire, it kind of pushed them out away from them. So.
Okay, so they'll take half of this.
Yeah. So
They
the
just got their
heat
tail end, which here's the tastiest part.
singes.
So they're going to take 4 points of damage each.
Yeah. So you singe their hairs a little bit. All right.
So we know
So
that Kenna is not a good cook.
Hey,
It's too rare.
ouch.
Ouch, 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 ouch. Hey, looks like that hog's also bipolar.
Yeah, there's a lot of 1s and 20s going around.
All right. The one flips around and knocks your sword out of your hand. So it disarmed you, and you took
yeah,
12 slashing damage. Are
yeah.
you down?
No, I had 10 temporary hit points left over at the start of this combat.
Oh,
So they are gone, and I am down to 5.
Down to okay. All right. The other one goes to bite you. Ooh,
what
3
the
more.
heck?
The hell?
I mean, you have the best AC of all of us.
Wow.
Just
These,
living right.
Yeah, I got a 20 AC.
Yeah, these hogs are out for blood. They're hungry, man, and they see.
They want lady flesh.
Yeah, they want
There's
spell
plenty
dancer.
There's plenty of other hogs there for them to eat on of.
And the fact that you're stuck in the mud doesn't help, you know?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that when you're playing hillbillies in barnyards.
Theros, you're up.
I will run up and I will pull out a javelin. Unload on that one.
This gives a mighty javelin swing and impales the pig for how much damage?
Wow.
Killing it.
Of course, has 4 legs.
Well, there's 8 between the 2 of them, so we're good.
Yeah.
Anything else, Theros?
No, I've moved my maximum and thrown.
Okay, Kimber, you're up.
What is my maximum? 30.
You can move right behind me. I think I moved 30 exactly.
What do you think, Kimber?
I'm gonna run down there and cast a healing spell on Kenna, and
That's
Throw
a
a
touch
6.
spell, so
Yeah.
you're
oh wait,
not going to be able to get all the way down there and heal me.
Healing word is ranged, isn't it?
Chucky.
I'm pretty sure healing word is ranged, unless I'm wrong.
Healing word is a ranged spell. Yay! So I can do healing word and a sacred flame.
Sacred Flame's a cantrip, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Alright, you get 6 hit points back there. As Kismia blesses you. And then dexterity saving throw for the pig, who fails and takes 4 radiant damage. And squeals as it smokes under the smite of Kismia as we go back to Fleegan. And actually, Gror, before we go back to Fleegan, Gror, are you doing anything other than inspecting the door?
I don't really want to leave their back completely open.
Okay.
So I'm going to move, I guess, past the door to see. Oops. empty the other side of the shed over there too, and kind of be able to watch the door.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Fleegan, you're up.
Stab the last one.
It's gonna hit. Tell me how you kill it with your knife.
And my
Actually,
pitiful sneak attack.
you're. Yeah. Tell me how you kill it with the knife.
So as this hog is standing over Kenna, and Kenna's hands are up in a damsel of distress look, Fleegan jumps upon the back of the hog and takes both daggers from his hands and stabs them into the neck on either side of the head of the hog,
Nice.
killing it instantly. And he stands up with his hands on his hips in a heroic pose.
Not that Kenna has ever had a damsel in distress look on her face, because her dad would not tolerate that.
No, but at this point, when you're stuck in the mud and you have these ravenous, emaciated hogs all over the top of you, you are a little bit, shall we say, concerned.
She looks freaking livid, like she's going to slaughter something.
Hey, I didn't say this actually happened in real life. It might have been in his head, in Fleegan's
Oh,
head.
absolutely
Okay?
it was. Theros, pull me out of this mud.
I'll come over and get Kenna and gently lift her out of the mud.
So after the activities, you look around the hog yard, or the what you see there, and if you look very closely at that image, you guys immediately make out something near the fence that catches your eye.
Human bones?
Human foot.
It looks like
Oh.
there's a disembodied, gnawed-on human foot in
Joy.
And
the
ribs.
there.
Inside.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what you find there.
Is there anything on that foot that's identifiable? Like a toe ring or like
Name tag.
something.
A tattoo.
Dog tags. Foot tags.
No, but you actually notice a scrap of filthy cloth nearby, and as you pick it up to look at it, it appears to have likely been part of a Nevermore Townsguard tabard.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of.
And in a closer investigation, there are signs of crusted, bloody substance on the fence posts.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
I was going to say, it's not going to help the foot any.
No, but it makes me feel better.
All right. So nothing comes out of the door there, Gror. Are you going to do anything else, or just continue to kind of keep an eye on the door?
I would like to heal Kenna some more.
Is there another door on this east side, or a window, or a vent, or anything else?
On this side of the shed?
The east side of the shed?
No, there's not.
Okay. What about
There's no windows on the shed.
the windows to the house on this side, or the door?
There's a window here, and it looks as if there's candlelight behind the window, but the window is frosted over. There's a window over here. Same thing. It looks like is there a light on in that room? I think there is.
Seems like it.
Yeah, there is. Yep, there's light coming from this room, but again, all the windows that you see looks like as if they're frosted.
Isn't that second window where the other door is?
So there's a door here.
So it's closer to the first window, really.
There's a window here. There's a door here. There's a window here. There's a window here. Yeah, there's a window here. There's a window
None of
here.
those windows do I see menacing-looking silhouettes of hillbillies or more dangerous pigs, perhaps.
No, you do not, actually. You
Okay.
don't see what seems to be any shadows of movement behind those.
I want to, I guess, sneak up on this window down here. Try to peek in it.
Try and peek in the window.
From closer, can I probably see through the haze a little bit better?
You, at a closer look, you try and look through it, and it's definitely, they've done something to the window to frost it over. It's intentionally been obscured from being able to be seen through. It'll let light through.
Noises?
Give me a perception check.
What happens when you roll fast? See? See?
It's like the door.
Thank you guys for marking the map. That works. Yeah, no, you listen at the window, and the sounds of the forest around you in the night are kind of obscuring your ability to hear anything else. And
Okay, that little shit that we saw at the creek is back here somewhere. At point towards the off in this area. He threw a dart at us.
Does Billy seem to detect anything with his enhanced goat senses?
no, he is staying very close to you, and you get the feeling that he's kind of scared, actually. Something's not right about it. And
Sure, it was not like pigs squealing.
As
being
you're-
slaughtered here.
as you're hang on a second. Hang on just 1 second here. No, that's not that. This. There we go. As you're thinking about that, you look back over towards Billy, and you're kind of looking at him, maybe possibly to reassure him or something like that, and you smell that same foul outhouse stench kind of blow towards you on the wind, towards you from that direction, coming towards you. And
Hang on, the outhouse is on the other side of the house, so is it like on the west side? Like between
it's-
the shed and the house?
see the smell's coming from between the shed and the house. You just smell the wind, the breeze kind of blows towards you, and you get that whiff. And as that happens, a dagger comes flying between you and Billy, and you hear, "Oh shit!" And you hear footsteps of somebody running away from around the corner of the house.
Can't get a
this
shot.
direction. What's that?
Can't
You don't.
shoot.
You didn't see anything. You just saw the dagger go flying by, and you hear the exclamation. You hear the footsteps running away.
It came from the west side or the east side?
Come from your west. So where I'm
Okay.
pinging, you see where I'm pinging.
Can't see you, ping.
It's
Yeah,
really
we're not
odd.
seeing your pings.
Oh, you know what? It's because I'm on the wrong
Not
layer.
even
How
a
about I
pong.
ping here?
Okay,
Ping.
that's a good place to ping.
Much
That-
better, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what happened is I was pinging on the wrong layer. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm getting
then
used to the layers.
Obviously, I'll be turning my attention that way and sicking my goat on them, possibly. Or our goat.
All right. Guys, what are you doing on the other side of the house?
Okay, let's just get these bastards and frickin' burn this place to the ground and get out of here.
And get our stuff back.
Well, there's
Yes.
there's somebody on the outside. We know somebody's out here with us, right?
We know the kid is, and Grower knows that somebody else
A
is
little
there.
shit from the tree is out here.
Well, if we're half of us run one way and half of us run the other way around the house, we should be able to catch them, right?
if they're near the house and not out in the woods, how about we kick the doors to the house in, kill anyone that's in there, and then wait for them to come so we can get them on the when they come after us.
Sounds good to me. I really didn't want to see that kid again.
Or we could just set fire to the house on the outside, let for anyone who gets
Except
caught
if our
running
stuff
out,
is
they can
in
kill
there, it burns down with
True.
it. We need to get
That's
our
true.
stuff.
Right.
All right.
Plus, you have to
Let's
come
go through the door,
save
guys.
Shaggy and Scooby because we got trapped over here by a hillbilly monster.
Hopefully it's
I'm
not
going to
booby
move back
trapped.
over to this door over here. Get ready to open this thing and go in.
Oh, I wanted
know we're
to
here.
heal
Yeah, I'm gonna
Kenna
go-
one more time.
Can I
you're
go
pretty
around
low,
the
right?
corner too by the time they get there?
When we were all around the pigs, I wanted to touch her with the amulet real quick before we ran off, because I think she's still pretty low.
No,
Nope, I'm
kinda
good.
Looks like she's back to normal.
I'm good. I cast
Before-
Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh, I missed that part somehow. Okay, well then, save it. Does Gord need it?
Not so urgently, but maybe later. Hopefully, if I'm alive.
Well, I still got the amulet. I'm out of spells though. 0 level.
I have 1 Cure Wounds left that I could cast.
I'm not the best, but I'm fine for now.
Okay, Gror, looks like you moved over and you looked around this side of the house and you don't see anything.
Should move since everybody else did. Like, that's what I said. Go that way and look for the guy. Is there any chance that it's up above the stable or towards that, corner with the roofs meeting? I'll scan in there too.
Yeah, it's entirely possible, but you don't see anything.
Does Kenna see
I'll just
anything
wait
since
for
she ran
everybody else.
around the other side of the house?
No. You see Killer just kind of laying there on the ground. Looks like he's chewing on a bone or something.
Okay.
He's kind of, well, I'll say he's moved over here and... Actually, you know what? No, he's moved over here towards the corner of the house and looks like he might have dug up a bone. He's chewing on a bone.
Okay.
Okay, so you're over here, Ken, and everybody else is around the back.
Unfortunately, yeah, I thought Fleegan was with me when I came around the corner, and then he ran around the other side. I'm like, okay, turn around, and I'm like, Fleegan, oh shit.
It's called sneaking. Oh wait, I mean I'm in the other side.
Yeah, so I'll go into hide mode at that point because it's like, oh crap, I don't want anybody to see me.
Okay, so what's your guys' plan?
We're gonna do some Here's Theros.
I think it's time for Here's THEROS because I'm tired of trying to chase down.
Well,
shadows of the
I
night.
doubt anybody else knows where anything is over here, so I will turn back around and point that I saw somebody over here. They might have walked across the dagger that missed us by now, too, perhaps. So they know there's somebody out here.
I mean, again, they see you when they come around, you motion to them, so they know what you're talking about when you say there's, somebody this direction. You guys still gonna plan on going inside, or what do you want to do with that information?
Is there any indication from Billy that he's looking any place right now?
No, he's just, he's kind of keeping close to you.
Fleegan, can you see about opening this door?
Certainly.
Of course, quietly.
I'm going to head back around towards them since nobody came with me. So I'm not...
I want you to stay there for a second, actually.
Okay.
As Fleegan opens the door, I'm gonna try to use my thaumaturgy to decrease the sound.
Okay, Fleegan, yeah, you notice that the door is not locked, and looks like you can just reach up and open it. Do you want to go ahead and open it?
I will open it a crack to see if I can see inside.
Okay, you peek inside, and it's a fairly well lit hallway. I'll go ahead and for the rest of it here, but do this here. All right.
That's cool. That was awesome.
Oh,
That's a
really
cool.
well done.
That's a cool new feature of this one.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to do that for my game.
So,
That's cool.
there is so there's a hallway, and you see down that hallway, you see a door. Looks like a door off to this side of the room, and a door off to this, or a door off to this side of the hallway, and a door off to this side of the hallway. This door, I gotta remember which one's cracked. Hang on just a second. Yeah. This door is partially open, cracked, and there's light spilling out of the room into the hallway here. This door is closed, and you just see the hallway kind of go down towards what looks to be a greater room, and then another hallway heading off towards the west. Okay, so that's what you see when you peek inside Fleegan. While that's going on, Kenna, you catch a very, very foul stench as you hear two thuds, one right beside you, in front of you, and right behind you.
Okay. Do I?
As you say, the little shit lands on the ground from the roof right in front of you, and then a very, very ugly looking and extremely awful smelling individual who looks like he's covered in shit lands on the ground next to you, and some of it drips off of him and splatters on the ground. I'm going to show you some pictures of these two.
Okay.
You must take care of the pigs.
I thought the doorknob that Fleegan touched was dirty. Good lord.
Yeah.
Okay, what is going on here? Did
So
I disconnect?
We thought it was the outhouse, but it's actually the shower.
We can hear you. Actually, I think
That's
it's
worth inspiration right there.
to the guy's house. It's not really an outhouse. It's his home inside that hole.
Yeah.
Okay, there they are. Okay, so I'm going to show this one to you. I'm going to show this one to you. Alright. So, based on their names, you can tell that the bald guy's got some poop running down the top of his head, and then you remember the picture of the other little boy. And the one standing in front of you, the other one standing behind of you, and both of them are going to get a sneak attack on you.
Okay. I didn't even get a perception roll.
Not on that one, you did. I snuck up on
It's
you.
kind of like a horror movie, you know, like Nevermore
Yeah.
Blade Massacre, and the girl just got caught alone by the ugly villains. And we're in
But I
the
haven't-
Towards the
street.
shed full of chainsaws.
But I haven't
The
had
chainsaw-
sex. I'm okay. It's a rule. It's a rule.
He's holding an axe and a six
Oh.
of Bud Light. But he's got a chainsaw and a six-pack of chainsaw.
As you say, the little the little bugger stabs out with his short sword and nails you for 6 piercing damage, Kenna.
Jeez.
And then sneaky, spelly, nasty little big man. I'm gonna smear it all over you, you little wench. Oh
One.
no!
For a 20.
We're not seeing
That's-
anything.
We're not seeing any
Yeah.
rolls, so.
Well, that was a nat 20.
But Kenna's the
Ow.
only girl. She's got to survive. Everybody else is supposed to die. That's how horror movies work. The
Can
only
I at
female
least
lives.
give off a
Maybe
whistle
Kenna
to
did
let
have
my
sex.
friends know that I'm in trouble?
Yes, you can let off a scream or something like that.
Yeah, I
A
will let off a
blood-curdling
scream.
scream.
Yes,
Yeah.
that will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do it now because I would spike the audio and blow out some eardrums.
Now I don't know if I want to change
So-
this to blood-curdling scream for the title or hillbillies in barnyards. It's one of those two.
So the way I rolled a 21 for Little Doofer, and he did 6 damage of piercing with his short sword, and then I rolled a nat 20 for Filthy Floyd, and he rolled 15 points of piercing damage.
I'm at 0. I'm down.
So can't you guys hear a scream from the other side of the house as
Which is cut short.
yeah. Yep.
It's probably just an owl.
Don't be a jackass.
What do you guys do?
Turn around and sprint down the. First, go. Where's Kenna? Like, guys, where's Kenna? Then I'll start running towards the direction of the screen.
I know.
Let me know when to make death saves.
Through the house or around the house?
Around the house. But that's 45.
Wait, don't we go through houses?
Yeah, typically,
Bueller?
yes. To there in a sprint.
So basically sprinting. So are you guys all going that direction? Sprinting around the house?
I don't think that sounds very fun.
I'm
'cause
not
you got
going to the
stubby
door.
I want to take a shortcut with my 25 movement and go through the house.
Okay.
I'm going to shoulder my bow or put it around my back or whatever and then take out my axe.
We're totally doing everything that's done in every single horror movie.
And I'm going to bring my goat.
We're doing it all wrong.
Okay, so Groer, you can get to the door. Fleegan, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow the big guy. He might need backup.
So you can get to there. Or are you going to sprint?
Yeah, I'll sprint.
You can get to there. Okay, Groer.
There.
Where? You're.
Oh, I'm on the wrong. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry. You can get to there, Fleegan. Groer can get to there. If he's sprinting. Kember, which direction you going?
I saw 2 go one direction and 1 go the other, so I'll follow the 1. So I'll run through the house with Groer.
Alright, so let's see where you can go. You can... And it's like... I can't remember the key combination for pathing, so I'm not going to worry about it. So 10, 15... so there's 20, so you can go to there, and then you can go
He has a
to
30-foot movement.
about there. Yeah,
Humans have a 30-foot base movement, so you can get 60.
yeah,
Are
he
you
can
going to
get
go
to there.
past Groer, or are you just going to run in with him?
Well, I know that that's Kenna screaming, so I'm not going to slow down.
He knew I was going in, so he led the way.
Well, I saw you running towards the door, so yeah, exactly. No,
Shit.
take those away, please.
Shit.
Don't you guys
Sure.
know
Yeah,
you should
look
never
at-
split the party?
And don't
I didn't
go
mean
through-
to. I had moved myself, and then everybody else moved the other direction.
I think that's in Dungeons and Dragons, Casey. This is Barnyards and Hillbillies. You can split the party in this one.
Well, my thinking is if they went one direction, and plus, I need to back up Groer, but I also was thinking that we need to cut them off. 'cause-
Kember, you go running into the great room of the house, and as you come out of the hallway into the great room, you see 2 very large, snarling hound dog, or I think they're mastiffs actually. Let me find them real quick.
Uh-oh, get ready for PETA complaints again.
I bet he surprises them.
So
there's the room, and you see these two doggies.
Oh, I was going to say Fluffy and Isabel.
He smells like
should be
Killer.
Crusher and Rocky.
He smells like Killer. They'll just like him. It'll be okay.
Two very large, snarling dogs standing there in front of you, growling and snapping. So there you go. All right, that was that round. Can it give me a death saving throw, please?
Okie doke.
That is a save. All right. Okay. Theros, go ahead and make your move.
Should be able to make it all the way.
You can make it all the way to Kenna, yes, but that's an action because that was a dash.
Sprint, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Fleegan, you gonna dash?
Yeah.
There. And then, Kimber, initiative. Gror, initiative, please.
Wow, I got 1. I thought the last one was bad when I had a 2, but I've got a 2 and a 1 now.
He can flee and spend his initiative reroll on Gror.
Okay.
Maybe I could borrow part.
All right, so, Kimber, what are you gonna do? You're not engaged right now, so you could. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
Well, what I want to do is
you won't incur an attack of opportunity by running past them.
I want to run past them and shut the door, and yell at Gror to go back and shut the door because there's dogs in here, and hopefully they can't open doors.
So door's closed.
If they have thumbs, we're in trouble.
I can use my cantrip to open the door as I run through it and then slam it behind me with my hands. Oh, unless it's locked.
Trip. You'd have to have a mage hand, I think, to get the door open.
Well, Thaumaturgy will open doors and windows as long as they're unlocked.
Thaumaturgy will do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure will.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they replaced that with like a lot of other spells.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. You use Thaumaturgy?
Yeah, I hope it's unlocked. And then,
If it's not, you're gonna run.
So,
it's important that Gror hears me too. Go back, there's dogs.
You make a desperate plea to Kismia that you're lucky enough to have that door unlocked as you say the words of Thaumaturgy, and you see the door flying open as you go running towards it.
Yes.
You yell out to Gror that there's dogs in here, and you can run outside. Are you dashing?
Yeah, I also tell him to go back. Yeah, I'm not going to engage the dogs, but I do want to. I did use my 0 level spell to open the door, so I don't know if I can dash, but I am going to get on the other side of the door and shut it. And
You can dash, and you can. Well, no, hold on. Is Thaumaturgy a bonus action or?
It's an action.
It's an action. No, you cannot. You cannot dash then. Okay, so you can move 30 feet. So you could move one more square towards Ken if you wanted to.
I want to get to the door and shut it and tell him to go back. Shut
All
the
right,
door.
so I'll let you go there and shut the door, and that's it. Okay. All right.
I don't know if he's gonna listen though.
And you hear the dogs barking and snarling, and you hear them run towards the door and slam against the door, snapping and barking and snarling as they're clawing at the door behind you. All right, Gror, what are you doing?
I rolled a really bad initiative, so I'm sorry or surprised you to ask me anything already. But I clearly heard that there are hot dogs in here. Did you say hot dogs, Kimber? No, wait. He said big dogs. My bad.
You hear a door slam. Go back.
He
So
can
I'm
actually
gonna
probably see you from there.
turn around at the goat, get out of the door, and then slam the door shut on the other side.
As you turn around and start running back towards the door, you see the dogs look your direction and start running towards the hallway as you run out of the house and slam the door behind you. All right, Kenna,
That's why they
death saving
got
throw,
so flat.
please.
That's why they've got so flat faces.
Oh,
Ouch.
that's
That's
crit.
two.
That's two
fails.
failures. Yep, that is 2 fails.
What is it with all of the 1s and 20s that we're getting here?
I need healing this round or I'm going to die.
All right, so it is Theros. What are you going to do?
I am going to do my best to mend wounds.
Okay, give me a medicine check, please.
I am the wrong person for this,
Yeah, yeah.
Gore's on the other end of the house,
but
too.
I'll take it.
You stabilize Kenna. You find a way
Yes!
to you find a way to be able to put pressure on the stab wound that she sustained enough to stem the bleeding. Although you see that there's a massive gash, so there was a big stab wound in her side, and then there's a massive gash across her back that's bleeding out pretty bad. But you're able to at least stem the bleeding of the stab in her gut enough to where she's stable. But she is unconscious and not in good shape. She's going to need healing here pretty quick. Okay.
Thank goodness that takes away
Fleegan.
all of the death saves.
Fleegan, what are
Yes.
you doing?
Fleegan will get closer, look down at her, look around, and try to see what happened.
You smell the lingering stench of poop on the ground at your feet, and as in normal Fleegan manner, you pick up your shoe and you notice underneath your shoe, it's not animal shit this time, it's real human poop on the bottom of your shoe.
Why me?
But
Fleegan's like a scatologist or something, and he knows the difference, right?
go ahead and give me a survival check, please. Fleegan.
Poop covered guy might leave a trail.
Remember, guys, we
That's
do
what I
have
was
a,
just about to ask. Does it
Okay.
go off in a certain direction?
we do
Yeah,
have a healing potion still too.
You do see a trail that seems to be heading off. Am I on the right layer? Good, I am. Okay, looks like a trail heading this direction of various bits of excrement around some looks like fresh footprints in the dirt.
You guys didn't know Fleegan was actually a ranger?
You have to be with that guy.
I think they went that way.
I
So,
also have my cleric scroll with cure wounds on it too.
Yeah, we've got a healing potion that we were given as well.
well, you seem to manage to have pinned the dogs back inside the house unless they have some way to come out of the house, and so you guys are out of initiative at this point. Why don't you kind of go gather up and decide what you're going to do?
Let's get Kenna back up and running.
And get Gror over here with us.
What is
Try
Gror
to stay
gonna do?
together, guys.
I just need to know what Gror's going to do.
I was gonna go around the east side of the house.
I'll let you go back around the east side of the house, and so you
How far?
you can go ahead and move back over to the party. Okay, So, what are we doing with Kenna here? She is in serious need of medical attention.
Immediately gonna come up with the amulet, use the amulet on her, praying to Kismia and just wanting to be out of here. And maybe teleport Kenna back to camp or something. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm using the amulet.
Heal me.
So he prays to Kismia for healing, and of course she obliges, as she always does. So you get
Nice
8 hit
roll.
points.
Of course, I am now profusely thanking her.
And strangely enough, Killer's just laying there on the ground, chewing on his bone. He kind of looks up at you, kind of pants a little bit, and kind of puts his head back down. This is totally a good bad B horror movie. You guys are doing it to the T. I'm loving it here.
As soon as Kenna comes conscious after the healing, she's like, they jumped down off the roof, and surprised me.
Okay, commercial break. So when
Commercial
I revealed that portion of the house and you guys, that was kind of cool. So that was actually designed. Yeah. That was a feature that was designed by one of the Gooey Cube contributors, Francis, and he's somewhere over in Europe. I can't remember exactly where he is, but he turned me on to that, and it's a trick of Photoshop in images and layers, and playing with the layers in the right way. It's a really cool function that you can make the system do by doing that. So it's kind of cool.
Totally need you to show me how to do that.
Huzzah,
Yeah.
Francis. Nice.
So, all right. Okay, guys. Kenna is. You see the gash upon her back miraculously close over and the bleeding stop, and the wonderful first aid move that THEROS must have learned from Anton or somebody at one point.
From Grar.
From Grar.
From Gror. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I taught him. It's no big deal.
Saved her, so. So
It's a big deal to me.
she is okay, although you're not feeling very good. I mean, you've been poked pretty hard, and you're gonna be sore in the morning. You're gonna be sore. But THEROS, you get that feeling of elation. I mean, it was like all of a sudden, just this overcoming of adrenaline and elation just kind of makes you almost want to throw your head back and shout for joy as you as your kin was on the death's door. You saved her. So. All right. What are you guys going to do now?
Okay, we need to find these. There were 2 of them. That little shit that we saw before, and this guy covered in poop.
Is there any obvious way up to the roof? Like, could we jump on something on the porch to get there easier?
Give
Don't
me
see anything else piled up.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Maybe we get this dog to sniff him out for us if we befriend it somehow.
Being from around here, we probably can't smell much anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. You look around and no real path presents itself on how you might be able to get up onto the roof. It's possible that, there is some lower hanging areas that maybe they were able to jump up to. I don't know. I mean, they obviously know the farm better than you do, so who knows exactly how they got up there. They just got up there.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's get our stuff. Let's go through this house, get our stuff, stay together,
yes.
and then we burn the place down.
Burn it! Burn it!
Yep.
I'll grab the 2 of the hog's bodies for the dogs inside.
Okay, so you reach over and you grab a hog with each hand and drag him
Yep,
with you?
drag him.
Okay.
Yep, to take inside for the dogs.
Okay, so what's the plan? You guys, I guess, tell me what you're doing.
Throw him in through the window.
So I think we just open the door, throw the hogs in, let the dogs go over, sniff them, and then we just go in while they're mawing on the pigs. If they don't take to the bait, then we kill the dogs, and then we can proceed to investigate the rest of the building.
Okay. All right. So go on over to the door. Where are you guys going to be?
Does Legan see any kind of trail of crap going up the wall or anything?
He saw a trail going this direction. When he was standing right there.
I think we should go check the outhouse, because clearly this guy's been like re-dipping himself. You know, because when he ran away from me, he didn't leave a trail. But once he's over here attacking, he's newly covered and everything. So I think he had to return to his, lair, get his sacred dipping.
Let's deal with these dogs, get our stuff, and then we'll worry about them.
Or are you staying right there? Are you staying right there, or where are you going?
Might as well stay there, like near the door, so if they come out from that side, I'm ready. I'll try to get closer to the wall, though, so they can't really easily, throw knives down at me, straight down the wall.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself to wherever you are wanting to be, because the door to the house is right here. And it looks like everybody else is in their position, so go ahead and move into your position. And then I'll move Billy to be adjacent to you. Okay.
It's there.
Billy will go right here. Alright, so Theros, you open the door.
Actually, I'll open the door for him, and he can throw it in, and then
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll close the door.
Okay. So Kenna, you throw the door open. And Theros, you have the two hogs, and you throw the two hogs open or into the room. As you're throwing the two hogs into the room, give me an athletics check.
Not the best, but it's not one.
Okay. Give me another athletics check.
There's the
One against that. Okay. So, how does this go down? All right, so you have both of the pigs. Kenneth opens up the door, throws the door open so that you can throw the pigs in. And you throw one in, and it goes flying into the room. And as you're throwing the other one in, which one is that? That's Clarabelle.
Smelly is the one that failed.
Yeah, so Clarabelle comes flying through the door. He's jumping towards the door. He's able to kind of intersect with the pig and send it flying off to the side. And then he bounces off of it with lightning speed, hits you as you're going to throw the other one, and as Smelly is right hot on the heels of Clarabelle, as he hits you as you're trying to throw the other pig, and the other pig actually hits Smelly and knocks him off back into the room, and you hear it as it goes flying into the room. But Clarabelle, bowls you over, and both of you end up out here with Clarabelle on top of you.
I'm closing the door.
We'll go ahead. Okay. I'll give you the chance to close the door. I should take your tag off too. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
So at this point, everybody roll initiative, please. Okay, did everybody get their initiative in?
I think so.
Okay, we should be in order here. So that, of course, Fleegan is up.
What can I say? Stabby, stabby.
All right, that is going to hit.
That's good.
For 7 piercing damage on Clarabelle. All right, so you stab the dog right in the back, and you actually sever its spine and kill it instantly.
Good Fleegan. Good Fleegan. Pat him on
And
the head.
it flops to the ground. Yeah, stone dead. And okay. Anything else, Fleegan, after you kill the dog?
No, I'm just going to wait for somebody else to open the door who has more hit points than me.
All right, Kenna, you're up.
Okay. Seeing that, I just kick the door back open and shoot the other one.
Okay. Stand in front of the door, kick the door open. Smelly over there, and you miss.
And then I will step back away from the door.
Billy goes running in there.
No, Billy!
Nice knowing you, Billy.
It's an indoor attack. You can't do that.
He goes running in there, and he goes sliding right on past him on the floorboards because his hoofs don't get very good traction on wooden floorboards, which we've seen this before.
Yes. We
So-
have.
Dancing
You
with
need to
goats.
train Billy better.
And Smelly likes the taste of goat and is upset anyway, and rolls a natural 20.
Oh, crit.
Oh. Billy's only got 4 hit points.
Yeah, Billy, he basically launched at Billy, grabbed onto his neck, and tore his neck open. And Billy only has 4 hit points. He did 9 hit points, which is more than twice his hit points, and so he kills Billy outright. Billy's dead. He's not even unconscious.
Can I do a heroic? Use one of my gooey actions? Or do I have to wait for my turn?
You want to use a hero point?
Hero point can be
I
used
want to
any
use a
time.
hero point for
You want to use a
Billy.
hero point. Okay, so you're going to burn your hero point on Billy. What are you doing? You tell me what's going to happen. So hey, here, let me go ahead and set the scene. Hang on a second. Okay. So Kenna kicks the door open, takes a shot, misses the dog.
Step
Billy
back.
goes. Billy gives this look at Gror, like, I've been standing here the whole time knowing something's going wrong, and I'm not going to let them get at you. And you just have the feeling that's what he's thinking. He goes running into the room, slips on the floorboard, goes sliding right on by Smelly, as Smelly just salivating with... You've seen some of these big dogs where they just have gobs and goobers of spittle just kind of hanging from their mouth, and it's already been upset because it was chasing after you inside the house and slamming up against the door, and it runs and just intersects with Billy as he's sliding across the floorboard by the table, and just with his big massive mauve mouth just latches onto Billy's neck and gets ready to just completely turn and snap the neck right at the last moment. Fleegan does what?
Silence.
Silence, yes. Fleegan sees poor Billy in the mouth of this gigantic dog. Screams out, "No, Billy!" Runs as fast as his little legs can go and slides as he knocks the legs out from underneath the dog, causing him to release Billy.
Excellent. So Fleegan goes in here, slides up underneath the dog, sweeping his legs and knocking him off just at the very last second as the maw goes to snap onto Billy's neck and snap it off, and they push back over this direction, sliding across the floor. You're up underneath Smelly as he's over on top of you, but sparing Billy's life as you guys slide over back up underneath this chair back here, and you're kind of both tangled up with the chair at this point.
We have done more to save this poor goat.
He's our mascot.
Saving the goat in an epic fashion. What a wonderful use of a GUI reward. I love it.
Couldn't spend that hero point to save Kenna from being dropped,
Exactly.
but you know.
I'm not sure there would have been an instance to be able to do that. This was a lot more plausible in that sense. So, okay, well, there we go. That means that it's THEROS' turn.
Well, I will pick myself up and proceed to go inside the room, so I can get there 15 feet, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, half movement for standing.
Yep. So then I will drop the axe and shield and javelin the puppy.
It's going to be disadvantaged because of partial cover.
Okay.
Because you have Fleegan in the chair kind of all piled up together with the puppy dog.
I'm not going to throw the axe, so Fleegan, this is just in case I miss the dog.
Well, there he is. There's 8 legs there, because you have the 4 legs of the chair. Actually, there's more than 8 legs, because you have the 4 legs of the dog, 4 legs of the chair, and 2 legs of Fleegan.
Yeah, there you go.
And you
my
don't have
head's on the ground, so my ears are also there.
remember, you don't have to drop the shield in order to throw a javelin.
That's
It's
true, you
one-handed.
don't have to. It's
Yeah.
one-handed.
Your javelin skips off the side of the chair. Miss it.
Oh, it was a try.
Yeah. All right, Kimber. You see this epic thing happen. What do you do?
Well, I'm down the stairs, so I'm hearing some crazy stuff from inside. I go running up the stairs into the door behind THEROS to see why Billy's screaming and Fleegan just like, "No, Billy!" And I hear like chairs being knocked around and a vicious dog going nuts in there. So I go running in the door with no clue what to do. And once I get inside, I'm gonna try to shoot the dog in the face with a sacred flame.
Okay.
I love animals, but the Shiners have done this.
You love your family more.
Well, the
It's
Shiners
eating
have
my
created
face.
This beast, so it's got to die.
Somewhere around here. Okay. All right. Sacred Flame is a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yes.
That is a success.
Okay, so I burned the chair that has the javelin stuck in it, I guess.
With Fleegan under it.
Poof. Yeah. All right.
Fire!
Dror, it's your turn. Your mic's muted. There you go.
If I slide over there, can I shoot the dog still?
Hmm.
Okay. Give that a shot, I guess. Goutfliegen.
Yeah, it'll be disadvantage at this point. Even because the chair's on fire now, too.
I don't really worry about disadvantage.
It's holy fire, though, so it's just the chair. But you don't even worry about disadvantage because you still nail the thing for how much damage. It's like you get over there and you just you run over and you slide across the threshold, the porch right there, and it's like this slow motion epic moment where your bow and arrow are just right on the right side of THEROS, and you line it up and you just have this tiny little window that you can shoot through to be able to hit the dog, and the camera is right on the tip of the arrow as it's flying through the air through this little thing, and nails the dog in the leg for 3 piercing damage, which doesn't kill the dog, but it yelps in massive pain.
Have you guys noticed that we're having such problems with Smelly? Could it be related to his name? Clarabelle, no problem. We took care of her, no problem. Smelly? Nobody wants to get close.
All right. Anything else, Cor?
I shoot it again.
Hit it again. No, Fleegan, you're up. Well, you're down. You're under.
Is it on top of me?
Yes.
Yes.
And so the dog's on top of you, and the chair's on top of him, and there's human leg or not. There's just a lot going on, and the chair's engulfed in holy fire.
And there's a javelin and arrows. Yeah. I will try to stab it because I don't know what else I can really do.
With an arrow sticking out of the dog's leg. Yes.
Yeah. I will try to stab it.
Stabby, stabby.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Yeah. So you whip out a dagger and you just jab upwards and you go right into his gut and kill him. And he just kind of flops down dead on top of you.
Blood all over me. Great.
Yeah. And he is smelly. I mean, yeah. No doubt about that. So,
appropriately
Don't
named.
forget the pig blood too. You're covered in like the blood of 6 or 7 barnyard species at this point.
and excrement.
Classic horror flick.
The
too.
excrement of 6 or 7.
Yeah.
All of us get distracted by a dog and leave Kenna outside by herself again.
Don't point that out to the DM.
Trust me, I'm going to be.
Don't think I haven't been paying attention.
Trust me, Gror's out here with me, but as soon as I see the dog go down, I'm scanning the area and looking up on the roof.
Remember, I was shooting that arrow between Theros' legs, so I was in a kneeling position facing in the room. You're about as alone as you can be, almost.
Quiet, you.
Hey, Kenna, I do believe that's Old Scottish for bait.
And Kenna, you hear on the wind.
Oh my god.
Beavis
Where is
and
it
Butthead.
coming from, do I know?
No. You just kind of hear it coming from somewhere.
It's coming from the outhouse. He got re-dipped.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Kenna. Oh. You hear it's coming from the general direction behind you. When I say behind you, there, am I on the right? There, yeah. So coming from that-ish direction towards you, you hear a doof, doof. I think we has ourselves a bit of a stinger. What's he thinking?
Well, I do have dark vision, so do I see anyone over there?
No, you see the doggy sitting there, just kind of unfazed by all that's going on.
It's like Predator when Arnold covered himself in the mud, you know, so he couldn't be seen.
Yeah.
That's why he's covered in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an astute observation.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Astute.
Moving inside, and we're going to try to find our stuff.
Stand up and wiggle a very mean finger at Billy and say, Billy, you gotta learn, wood floors don't work with you.
Okay, where is the house here?
Ah!
There we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so the main room, I'll show it to you guys again. Okay, so there's the main room. The interior of the house is lit by candle chandelier and hanging lanterns, and the place looks reasonably swept and dusted, believe it or not. But nearly everything within is worn and faded. The floorboards sag visibly where the foot traffic is naturally heaviest, and the windows are not curtained. However, though that is what you thought when you were looking from the outside, they are frosted over with a semi-opaque coating, which is something typically only seen in nobles' homes. The center of the room is dominated by a long table that is missing one of its 6 legs, and it is surrounded by a wobbly assortment of mismatched stools and chairs. On its top are more of the moonshine jugs and some cups. Beyond the table, a stained countertop stretches along the east wall, crowned with several piles of battered tin plates, cracked wooden cutlery, and chipped ceramic bowls. A dying fire sputters in the hearth on the northern wall, and a badly stuffed pig's head is mounted above, with 2 dry bundles of grass crossed behind it and a green glass bottle in its mouth. 2 hallways run off from the room, one to the north and another to the west. The corners are to either side of the halls, each have a few chairs set nearby. More candles are scattered around the room. On the windowsills just inside the doorway is a wooden pillar with several hooks. A dark yellow scarf with the Butcher Clan emblem embroidered upon it hangs from one, and a large iron key from another. Even after the commotion caused by the hounds, no one emerges to confront you.
The key.
That'll probably open the shed in the back.
I want to blow up their still, for making a slop.
Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that.
There's 3 chairs pushed out from the table, about 3 bowls on the table. Thinking there's somebody here watching these 2 that are outside, maybe. So maybe a woman or something inside?
Don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's start. Let's bar the front door and start clearing the house.
Yep.
And somebody look
Let's,
at that bottle in that pig's mouth, since I can't reach it.
Everybody inside, let's bar the front door and let's start clearing the house.
Pighead's over here by the hearth.
Okay, we need somebody to 2 archers, one here, one here. So you guys can shoot down the hallways, and the rest of us can ransack the room.
Let's move that table in front of the door, though, so they can't open it from that side. They have to come in through the back door or a window.
That works.
The picture looks like this area is a kitchen that's open to this area.
Yeah. So as you move over there, we can go ahead and reveal that area.
Magic.
There you go.
Dun dun dun.
All right. So that is
And a cellar. Great.
2. show that to you.
Mm.
Okay, that's
Stay out
what
of the
that
cellar.
looks like. Okay. And I won't describe it unless you go in there. It's just as Kember is kind of looking that way, that's what he's seeing there, so. Alright, so, okay, so you guys slide the table up against the outside door. I guess Roar needs to come inside somewhere, right?
Yep, he needs to be here watching down this hall. I'll be here watching down this hall with bows.
Okay. So, Gror, go ahead and position yourself there. Okay. Alright, so you do notice that down this hall, there's a door here, and there's a door here, and they're both closed. And then obviously there's a door here that's closed, and there's a door here that's cracked open a little bit. And there's a light coming from inside the room.
Okay, I think what we should do is just go through this room right quick. I think we should hit this door, then this door, crack door, and then this door. With archers here, watching these two doors.
Yep.
Fleegan down here, or Fleegan, you can open the doors. I'll be here. And Quimber, if you want to be here in case somebody comes out this door.
Yeah, so I will be watching this door, and of course, this area.
Is there anything at the end of the hallway though at all? Like, I don't see tables or anything
Down here.
Yeah, the west hallway.
No.
The end of the.
No, it just looks like it comes to a wall, right there. Give me a perception check, please. You don't really can tell if it's if there would be anything there or not.
Perception is not your skill tonight.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? I know you positioned yourself. Kember, are you hanging out back there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly where he wanted me to go, but I would rather be with the party, so I think I'm gonna move over there.
Why don't you come over here in this corner? So if this door opens, you're ready for that. Basically watching Fleegan's back. I don't want you in front of this door because if somebody starts shooting things through it, but if you want to move to here, just one more square over. Then if somebody comes through this door and sees Fleegan, you can bonk them on the head, and I can charge through this door. Fleegan, you can open the door. You guys, the archers, watch this hallway, this area, and this door is barred because this table's there, but someone could come through the windows.
Yep, I'm watching the window here as well as this area.
My method's not very sportsmanlike.
So you want me to open the door, or do you want me to sneak in the door?
And I actually told you wrong. This door is actually wide open.
Oh, that one's wide open. Okay.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I thought that one was
No
closed.
worries.
This door is closed. This one's wide open.
Well, let's go and take a look at that room.
Yeah,
Okay.
peek around
Ready
the
to
corner.
So you guys
Crushing
go
it.
over and kind of quietly sneak around. You guys sneaking, or what are you doing?
Let's
Or
sneak
just-
it. Not that it really
I'm-
matters because we've had 2 dogs we killed, you know.
Yeah, let's just go look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. All right, so you guys go to look in the room. We'll go ahead and bring that in. All right. It's
Good to
very
know.
dark within the room, but I'll show it to you. Here, there's the room. Okay. The uncovered windows allow a diffused stream of light from Luneos to illuminate the room. Therein you see 2 narrow beds set against the south wall with a desk behind them. A tall wood wardrobe stands beside the doorway, and a dresser takes up part of the western wall. A discolored spot on the floor seems to indicate the top layer of wood was sanded off to remove a stain. Numerous jugs of moonshine lie scattered about the room.
Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's here. I just want to clear. I want to clear the building first. Then we can ransack.
Okay.
All right, Fleegan, let's move to this other one. You want to open that one?
Yeah, I'll open that one.
As you turn to move towards that door, you hear a creak of a floorboard from a room back around beside the door there. And two figures spring forward from the corners, from these two corners. So I'll go ahead and bring them out.
It's definitely hillbilly time.
Oh, dang.
Alright.
We have pictures of them.
Yeah, I'm going to show you pictures of them. Give me just a second here. You got good old Jib.
Jib.
Hey, you got old Eustace. One say, hey, this one just take on them douches out. And so there's no surprise there because they yell out as they jump at you. So go ahead and roll some initiatives.
Wow, between the two of them, they have like 7 or
A
8
tooth? Give me the tooth. You give me the eye.
This is my turn. This meal is my turn to use the tooth. I'm not doing very good on my initiative.
So here, now we need your Jib.
I've
that's
literally
not bad.
rolled 3 2s and a 1 in all the initiatives we rolled.
that too.
I'm not kidding you. 3 2s and a 1.
Yep.
The rolls are going to the GM here, I think. Okay, that is Jib. And Eustace. Alright. Okay. Let's
Dang.
see what we got. Everybody roll there.
Yep.
Everybody rolls their initiatives. Alright, we put it in orders here. And as usual, Fleegan, you see them hillbillies there jumping out at you. What you gonna do about it?
I think I don't think I like his hat, so I'm gonna stab him twice.
You're going
Eustace.
after Eustace.
I say his name's useless.
Like toothless.
Yeah. I hope that hits 17 hit.
Eustace, you're gonna hit with a 17. He's holding a nasty-looking serrated dagger. Like some sort
How
of
about
nasty
9?
butchering tool. How about 9?
9 piercing.
9 piercing damage. Alright. That is gonna give him a good stabby. Alright, offhand.
Offhand.
That is going to miss. Or hold on a second, I think. Yeah, that is gonna miss. Yep.
Because he's wearing a hat, I can tell.
Dang it.
You can do better than that, young man, short man. Come on, Jib. Give him a what for? Kimber.
I think he's got one too many teeth, so I'm gonna hit him with my mace.
Try and knock that tooth out.
You do
Tooth
that.
right out. Oh, Eustace. Yeah, you try and hit him and knock that tooth out, and he just kind of moves his head back and laughs in your face. You can do better than that, you little fucker. Anything else?
Oh man.
No?
I'll move to the wall across, so I'm not just stand next to Fleegan. Alright, that's it.
Well, Eustace, he's got this nasty serrated butcher tool type of thing, and he looks at the little bald man in front of him, and he says, "I could give you a tattoo, and then I'm gonna lick it right off." He takes a swing with that nasty butchering tool and misses, and he goes, "Oh, you little slimy little shit!" And he's gonna stab you with his dagger. Yes, 15 hits. Yeah, 15.
Curses, it does.
Yeah, for 6 piercing damage. Right. It's Billy's turn. And Billy... I don't think Billy can get there.
Carpet back there, though, at least, right?
Yeah, not hardwood.
That's what it looks like.
Oh,
It's Billy's move.
Should be at least a 30, probably a 40.
it's 40. So he goes to here.
Get a good old ramming charge in.
Yep, he did because he can move 40, so he's just barely going to get a ramming charge in. He's going to run up here and ram into old Jib. Where'd he go? Where are you? There you are. Alright. Bam!
Oh,
Nailed it. Okay, so he
Oh.
rams into
max
Jib,
damage too.
cracking him for 5. And Jib, oh, and you hear, bah! And he kind of turns around and smiles at Gror, as you know Billy to do. When he done good, he used to, what the fuck is going on over there? Kenna, you're up.
All right.
Who's a good goat? Who's a good goat?
Hero
let's
spent.
just-
Hero point spent well.
Let's just go ahead and put a arrow into Jeb there.
Okay.
I have not hit a single thing all night.
Yeah, that happens now, doesn't it? All right.
So you hit a pig. Didn't you hit a pig?
Your arrow goes right on over and sticks in the wall off to the other side. Anything else?
No, I'll just I pop around the corner, shoot at him, and then I continue to scan the rest of the possible entrances.
Eustace, what are we supposed to be doing right now? And Jib, go on, make your put some brain cells together and just do something, you little inbreed. And so Jib, he has what looks like a fillet knife and a small carving knife in each hand. And he's going to take a stab and a slash at THEROS. So with the first knife, he's going to miss. And with the second knife, he's going to miss.
Right.
Wow, THEROS.
My turn.
Here's THEROS.
Batter.
Bada, swing, bada.
There's a 17.
Oh, which one?
Oh, we're going after Jeb, the one that attacked
Jeb.
me.
Okay, alright. You crack Jeb with the Graxel for 11 slashing damage. And, tell me how in one hit you
Crunch to crown.
destroy the first of the family.
First of the family. After parrying 2 attacks from Jeb, Theros spins Graxel in his one hand and grabs it just knowing the right angle to catch Jeb across the blade of the axe and slices him from one side of his neck and shoulder down through his sternum to his spleen.
Oh. Yeah, you see him go down. Actually, Billy helped you with that because Billy did enough damage for you to do just enough damage to kill him. And you split him. Split him from one side to the other as he goes down. And Eustace says, "Oh, you sons of bitches, we's gonna get yous now." Gror?
is commonly done by the people that have to stand by the doors with their bows, I'm going to turn down the hallway and shoot that guy. And then turn back to the doorway to watch it.
What's this wee shit? You got a mouse in your pocket?
Well, the other person who guards does the same thing.
No, I'm saying, he said, we're going to get you now. I'm like, what's this wee shit?
Gotta represent dwarves.
It's all the rats.
All right, that arrow is going to go right through the top of his hat and take his hat off, but it's not going to harm him.
Sweet, his armor class goes down.
So is his
All right.
charisma.
Fleegan. Oh, Fleegan pulls out his dagger and stabs him.
Or 9.
Nine.
Yeah, you stab him right underneath the jaw, and your blade goes right through the jaw, and you seem to kind of poke it up through the bottom of his mouth into the roof of his mouth as he goes limp dead.
And I had to get on my tippy toes to do it.
But it's worth it.
All right, and as that happens, the door behind you flings wide open.
And there's a black cat.
So we're still in initiative.
Still an initiative.
Okay, and then we need to go to here, and we need to bring
Time
this
for the room reveal.
there.
A closet?
A closet.
Okay, there is a closet, and that is... There it is. Show. There you go. Oh. You hear a female voice say, "Sick 'em, Ripper!" She yells on command as a woman holding a long candlestick in one hand and a fire iron in the other. She's hunched defensively, and she sicks her large mastiff on you. The large hound dog, lunges toward Fleegan. So, let me get on the right layer. There we go. You, old Ripper. We got old Ripper. And then we got Miss Joan. So we have Miss Joan and we have Ripper now. So Ripper is going to try and take a bite out of, and I need to change that, but I'll tell you, I rolled a miss. So Ripper misses. But Joan is going to take a poke and swing with her fire poker. I switched that. Maybe I didn't. And actually, she's gonna miss at you too. So, got the door thrown open. They come to try and attack Fleegan, and he's too short. They thought maybe the person standing out there was a bit taller than this little thing. So that was to his advantage. So Fleegan, what you gonna do?
Back to me already?
Oh, hold on. No, that was oh no, we already went. Okay, so Kimber. Sorry, we were at the end of that round.
Okay, let's see. How
Did
bad
you,
do you look, Fleegan?
More than halfway down.
So bloodied.
I'm down 11.
So using the amulet is a fast action, right? Because it's just an item. Check.
I don't know.
Using the amulet as an action.
Oh, it's not fast. Okay. Well, I gotta keep people up, so I am going to, for the last charge, say a prayer to Gizmia and Jinx to help us fools have the last laugh here. He'll Fleegan. Because, gotta keep him. Because you get beat by a short person, it's always worse than being beat by someone the size of Theros.
Okay, I think you broke up there. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm healing Fleegan.
Oh, you're healing Fleegan. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I'll leave out all good dialogue I just said. It was
Well,
epic.
I heard
I'll just say it
was
was epic. No.
Yeah, I heard it. The first part of it where you said you were going to heal Fleegan. I said, I'm going to Fleegan, is what I heard. There you go.
That'll help.
And with my last action, I'll kick the guy on the ground.
Okay. Thud. All right. Well, Miss Joan is going to take a pickaxe and she's going to take a swing at Fleegan and say, "Oh, you's down there. Well, let's see if we can poke yous a little harder because I like poking shorties like you." Oh, and she does poke you really hard.
Ooh.
That is poke if there was one.
Ouch.
She gets a dodge on the next attack against her. So 10 slashing damage with her firebrand. Fire poker. Alright. Well, Billy is unclear as to what to do because there are things in the way, but there was a dog there. So Billy doesn't know what to do. So Billy's going to hold his action until he has something that he can ram. Kenna.
I will use my apprentice ring and fire magic missiles at the girl.
Okay. Yeah, that should work. Yep. Right. Rub your little ring and you hold your hands out and you go pew pew pew.
For 9.
Oh my gosh! Look at that. So. All right. So 3 darts of force nail her. Boom, boom, boom. As
Can't
she
dodge
kind of
that.
stumbles backwards. Yeah, she kind of stumbles backwards on that. Says, "Oh, you bitch." And the dog is slobbering, salivating, biting at Fleegan, and manages to take a pretty significant bite out of Fleegan and take him down.
Fuck.
So you don't need to roll to find out if you knocked prone because you just went unconscious, Fleegan.
Ooh.
Damn it.
These butchers are not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
All right, Theros, you just see Fleegan go down with the doggy biting him.
Well, we're going to start slashing and bashing everything in that room. Does she look like she's pretty hurt?
She took some damage, but she's not bloody.
Okay, because they're force damage. Alright, I'll step over Fleegan. Can I step kind of...
Yeah, just you.
that's
And
nothing.
yeah, you can get in the room with the 2 of them, but nobody else can. But you guys at this point are kind of close quarter.
Right. So I'm going to take the axe down on the dog.
Okay. That is going to... Okay, where are you? There he is. That is going to miss.
Yeah. Bad rolling tonight.
Really
Yeah,
bad.
my rolling has been brutal. All right.
Yes, it
Any-
has.
You
Anything
got
else?
most of the 20s.
All right,
Nope, I just-
Roar. Are you doing anything else there? No.
Nope. I'm just taking up the room.
All right, Roar.
Not really anything I can do other than check both doors. Making sure that nobody's come out of any place yet.
Yeah, you can delay. There's definitely more of them.
right, so do you want to hold your action for any means?
Yeah, I'm just watching basically everything in the front half of the house and
Okay.
holding my action until I see something.
Okay. Back on to the next initiative. Fleegan, I need a death saving throw, please. That is a save.
That was quick.
Yep.
Right. Kember.
It's back around to me already.
Yep.
All right. Well, I shall whip out the scroll and lean down to Fleegan. Let's see. I'm not sure how healing at negatives work in 5th edition.
Healing. He doesn't have negative.
You just
So
dropped
he's
to
just-
0.
He just dropped to 0, so he's just down on the ground. He's just unconscious. So any healing, he goes up by that amount, and he's back up.
Yep.
He's just prone.
I'll bring out the scroll that is from unknown written hand and hold my holy symbol of Kizmia, which is my shield, so I'm always holding it, and read off a Cure Light Wounds for our little guy here.
Okay, I need to find that scroll. Is it just a one-shot?
Scrolls usually are.
Looking,
I think so. It has a few spells on it.
Looking.
Has Bless,
Oh.
Cure Wounds.
With a different one, yeah. Okay,
Pro
okay.
poison,
So
root
yeah,
of
just make sure that you know that you used that spell. Okay. So okay, so
Burn
go ahead
thing
and
fast, so.
roll for your cure wounds amount on him. Okay, 7. So Fleegan, you get 7 hit points. You're no
Thank
longer
you very much.
unconscious, but you're prone. All right, Kimber. Anything else?
If I can, I also want to bring my shield to sort of block Fleegan from being whacked or anything as he's getting back up. So I'm kind of protecting him. I don't know if I can actually do that in action. So basically, I lose my shield and give it to him, or something like that.
No. There's other classes that can do protection type things. Your class doesn't really do that.
Yeah, fighters can do it.
Okay.
So there's not really a mechanic for that for a cleric. I'm trying to
But
think
the
of it.
thought counts.
It's creative, but I don't think you can do. I don't think it's effective for you.
Well, I shall just
Yep.
step forward and make myself another target then.
Okay. All right. Well, it's Joan's turn, and there is a big imposing thing between her and the dog in the room and the door, and so she has no choice but to poke Theros at this point. So he turned himself into a meat shield. And
You're
she
welcome.
is not going to... Whoa, you can't use your shield for that, so does that hit?
That's slashing.
That says slashing damage, so she
That's
can.
slashing,
can.
okay. Well,
Yep.
it's a fire poker that she slashes, and so no, she doesn't hit you.
Nope.
All right. Billy is gonna kind of go stomping around one direction and stomping back over here, and as he kind of stomps around,
Little kid.
you hear his hoof come down hard on this carpet, and you hear kind of a splintering of floorboards, and his foot kind of goes down, and you see the carpet kind of sag down underneath his hoof.
Trap door, anyone?
All right, Kenna, you're up.
Can I see her through the melee?
No, at this point.
No. Okay.
Door jams, Fleegan and Theros are all in the way. Too many obstacles.
Okay. Then. I'm going to... helps if I'm on the select instead of the poker. I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to cast my last Cure Wounds on Fleegan. For 7. And then I will move back.
Okay. Dog
That helps.
is
Thank
going
you.
to bite Theros and miss. So Theros can return the favor.
Good on
I will
that.
Graxel him.
Oh, nope.
Really?
Groar. Give me a perception check, please.
I'm going slow for superstition.
Okay.
Damn, it
All
didn't
right,
help.
thank you. All right, what are you doing?
You're muted.
Groar,
by the
what
way.
are you doing?
I guess I'm just watching the doors. Again, the doors in the hallway to my left and seeing if anybody comes out of the kitchen.
Okay. All right, nobody comes out of the doors or the kitchen or anything like that, so Fleegan, you're up.
All right. Fleegan no like being poked in the head or slashed in the head. He will stabby Joan.
Go for the
Okay.
dog. I have protection against her with my shield, not against the dog, though.
Too bad. She poked me bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you poked her good. Oh, look at that. That is a
That's-
serious amount of damage.
11 on top of the 9 force I did earlier.
All right. Right. You can offhand her?
Is she still up? Yeah.
Still up?
She's tougher than Jed and Eustace
Yep.
combined.
Okay. If I don't hit on a 16, I want to wear her nightgown or
Her
whatever.
nightgown. Yeah, no, you stab her.
Because 16.
Oh, and that's enough. That is enough. And
Don't mess with Fleegan!
that nightgown does not protect her for that, and you hear the dog go as he sees Joan go down, and he kind of goes into a frenzy. Kimber.
It's really tight quarters here, so I don't know if I can swing in there with my mace or not. No, I'm not next to the dog. I can't.
No, can't.
What was-
Fleegan can kind of stab that direction, but you won't be able to get.
What was happening with Billy over here?
Billy stomped on the around in the hallway there, and actually pushed his hoof down through something that broke underneath the carpet in the floor, and so the carpet's sagging down under the floor, into the floor, right here.
I will examine it, making sure someone's not coming up out of the floorboards here.
Investigation, please.
Yeah, I'll conk him on the head like I'm playing a gopher game.
Whack-a-mole.
You pull the carpet back a little bit, expecting to see somebody or something, and you see that there's definitely a trap door up underneath the carpet right there, and it looks like Billy smashed a portion of it open. But there's nothing coming up out of the hole, but it does smell like shit down in there.
Ah, okay.
Smells like the outhouse. So,
Oh, God. It's a secret door between the frickin' hall and the outhouse. That's why he's covered in poop.
okay, so
Maybe that's why they built the outhouse. They used to just use the.
all right. Yeah, Billy's kind of sniffing, and he smells the outhouse, the sewer gas coming up from the hole down there, and he kind of works his way away from it a little bit, and starts kind of sniffing around the area here. All right, so Kenna, you're up.
There's not a lot that I can do at this point. I mean, I suppose I could move down here and, well, no, I can't shoot the dog from there, so... holding action. Action will be if anything comes from this direction or anywhere out here or the door, I'm gonna shoot them.
Okay, the doggy is going to try and take a bite out of THEROS because he's so upset that his mistress has been killed, and he's not going to hit. So THEROS, it's your turn.
So let's busy not hit each other.
Well, that's going to hit.
There.
There you go.
Not the best, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you take Raxel down right across his the back portion near his tail, and you crush and snap his spine, and he's dead. All right. And just as you're doing that, Gror, you hear coming from the doorway up here. You hear a kind of a low chuckle. You hear a... Well...
I'll try to
You
tell
should-
Kenna to
You
get her
hear-
attention.
Yep.
Into my ear in that doorway.
You sure took your sweet time coming now, didn't you? Well, we ain't gonna take our sweet time with you. Ain't no one gonna be missing scum like yous. Let's get 'em, boys! And coming out of the room, got and
Oh.
alright.
I will interrupt with my held action and shoot the one that's moving close, the first one that came out the door.
I'll show you the pictures of these boys. So we had old Hez, and we had Ehab, yeah, Cutter.
Wow.
All
they have
right, and
almost the same
that's
number
where
of
you get-
teeth as the other two did.
As they come running out the door, and remind me when we get to the next session that you get your hold action attack on that, because we're gonna have to call it for the evening right there, my friends. So,
Okay. Can you use second win as not a whole action? Can it be a bonus action?
I remember I have to look at it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it, but I think it is a bonus action, but I'm not 100%. But yeah, me and Gror were
That
holding
is.
actions to fire, so
It's a bonus action. Okay.
Sweet.
never mind.
so you can do that. You can do that as your bonus action, and then we can both shoot them. Well, you can't hold a bonus action, so
I can attach the bonus to the held action, can't I?
nope.
Really?
Nope. Held action is a single full action. It has no bonus actions. You could have done a bonus action and done second wind, and then held your action at the end of the turn. So.
All right, my friends. So that was interesting as you guys turn this into a bad horror B movie, which is really kind of what it was intended to be, and you guys just really walked right into it. I love it. I think it was pretty spectacular. Did you all have fun tonight?
Yes.
Oh man, talking about trying to
Absolutely.
survive.
Yeah.
Nails. Yeah, and we got a cliffhanger here. You got some other things going on, but well, welcome to The Shining, my friends.
Almost
It
multiple
totally
deaths.
is. It's just not in the snow. So well, we hope anybody who's watching sure enjoys this session. It's pretty intense, and we're looking forward to the next session. So we will tell you all, thank you, good night, and may all of your adventures be sticky.
Woohoo!
Have a good night.
Woo.